here to tell you because nobody told me. Here is some things that I wish somebody told me in my early 20s. Let's go ahead and get started. So stop reacting emotionally. You need to think with your wise mind and not your emotional mind. Baby, I learned that from a therapist. People are gonna try to get under your skin. And when they succeed and get under your skin, it's like a satisfaction for them in their minds because they feel like they succeeded in getting you mad. So you're gonna let them win and give them that satisfaction with those people trying to hate? No, we're not. Because let me tell you something. The more you ignore them, the more that gets underneath their skin. You need to stop learning how to react emotionally. And that goes into my second point. The decisions you make now determines what happens later in your life. Think about it, right? So you're in your early 20s, you're ambitious, you're ready for anything. You have like that hunger, Go ahead and go to school if you want to. Go ahead and be a content creator if you want to. Like, go ahead and pour like your passions, like what you want to do. Go ahead and start that path to where you go ahead and succeed and try to get to that dream. Because baby, as you get older, your motivation will go down. So you just need to go ahead and do it now. So you're stacking it up with Jones and Martin, but Jones and Martin got a cousin named Kevin. And then now you mess with Kevin, and now y'all break up, and a few years later, you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I had a wild life, and I had fun, and now I'm ready to settle down. And so you start dating a guy named David. But guess what? David is best friends with Kevin. You messed with Kevin a couple of years ago. But Kevin also remembers Jones and Martin. And so you're gonna be in the same room with a whole bunch of dudes that you messed with because you gave up your punana just anytime that you wanted to. Listen, I'm telling you, because stuff like this happens. You don't think stuff like this happens? No, it does. Your body is a temple. Make sure you act like it, okay? Because the people you mess with will come back to haunt you. Goes into my next point. Those older men, baby, that you always brag about and that you like to date, they don't care really like that about you. These are men who emotionally have not matured. They will forever be like a 18-year-old in like a 40-year-old man's body. A lot of times these men have like problems within themselves, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, or whatever. These men are not adequate enough for women of their age. But you know what they do know? Men do think this, so don't think you have the one up on a man because men do think this. Men think younger women, they can get manipulated and are easier to manage. See, because an older woman has that knowledge and has that confidence where I'm at this point in life, I need you to be up here. But sometimes men aren't like that. But they know that they can get over on a younger woman. A younger woman, for them, sometimes they may be more attractive. But with you being a younger woman, you are more gullible. You can stand there, you can sit there on your couch watching this video and be like, oh, not me, that'll never be me. I'm actually mature for my age. No, sweetie, you're not. You wanna know why I know that? Because I was like that too. I was 21 talking about, oh, I don't club like that because I'm mature for my age. But I was still immature though. I can't stand here and be like, I think the same way that I thought when I was 21, because it's not true. It's not true. Like, I think way more clearer. I'm more mature. I have more purpose with what I say and what I do now. I just don't do things willy-nilly. Think about it, guys. Your brain is not mature until you're 25. I'm 26. When I think about the stuff I've done when I was young, I'm like, girl, why would you do that? Because I'm young. Like, that's how it goes. Goes to my next point. You're only in your early 20s once in your lifetime. Live it up. Live it up, baby. Because I swear to you, 21, 26. When you're 26, you'll be like, man, the time I had when I was 20 or 21 or 19. You're supposed to have these great memories. It's okay to be boring, but go out, go travel. Go travel to Mexico. Go have these great adventures with your friends before you start having kids. Next point, do not have kids early in your 20s or your teens, okay? Because they will slow you down. Take it from me, I had my first kid at 18. I love my kids. I had my son, he's 8 years old. I was pregnant at 17 and I had him at 18. I love him. But it's certain things I wish I could have done, but I could not do because I had him. Did I still travel? Yes. But it's not like what I could do, like if, let's say I did have a kid. I couldn't move to a new city and go out whenever I wanted and live this certain lifestyle that my 15-year-old self had planned for me. Because I had to live and work and have an income and go to school to make sure my son had a comfortable life like the one he does now. You wait till you have a ring on your finger and get married before you have kids. Wait till you're already married because a man can change. Don't move in with that man. Do not move in with that man. So I have this story, right? So one of my friends, they was going to college, they was staying on campus, start talking to a dude, and the dude was like, hey, let's get an apartment together. And it was a good idea to her at the time, but later down the line, she's 27, and she said she wished she could go back. She was 18, he was 21 or 20. Maybe he was like, it'll be easier if both of us are paying bills and stuff like that. She's in college. She's living this life, you know what I'm saying? She's majorating, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's living a great life. And boom, you have this dude trying to, I ain't gonna say he dragged her down, but I mean, you kind of stop hanging out with your friends as much. This man wants to keep you in the house, he don't want you going out. Like, my girl, you're in college, live. Dudes do change, believe it or not. Y'all think y'all know everything, but dudes do change when you start living with them. They will literally portray an image. Once you're dating them and seeing them and this and that, once they get comfortable with you, oh baby, that's another dude. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. It hasn't happened to you yet, because you ain't moved in with that dude. You'll find out. Don't keep up with the Jones and Joneses, because most of the time, people are flexing for the social media. You literally have people that's 22 who are going out on these trips and living this life and always photographing and videoing their lives. Going out to Starbucks 4 times a week and then Pilates and such and such. But guess what? Their bills are behind. They ain't even got a couch in their living room. They barely even got a mattress. They got an air bed in their bedroom. Are they shacking up with their friend in the living room? Ain't even paying their rent, so they're going through it with their friends. Like, you never know what these people are portraying on social media versus what's in their real life. So while you trying to keep up with Tonisha and Jonisha, they ain't even living the life that they're portraying on social media. Best believe that. Keep your options open. If you are dating someone and they have not said that y'all are dating exclusively, then keep your options open. I stand on that. Because these dudes, they'll be out here talking to every and anybody, baby. You don't think it's gonna happen to you, it will happen to you. You just ain't caught it yet, most of the time. Not trying to say that's for everybody's situation. But until they say, hey, I would like to date exclusively just you and only you, I would like to take this serious. Don't stop dating. When you are dating, you are just, you have a favorite person, but you have others on the side. That's how it is. When I was dating him, he's my favorite person, but did I have other people on the side? Yes! Because best believe a dude will still be commenting on other girls' photos or still be on his apps while he's still talking to you. It's okay not to have your stuff together. It's okay. It's literally 32-year-olds that are still living with their moms. And then it's America. Everything's expensive. So no, you might not have your stuff together because you got such and such bills to pay. And you gotta keep up with college tuition. I mean, that's okay, Because you're still trying to get your life together. You literally were 17 a couple years ago. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 21. If you're 20, 3 years. If you're 19, 2 years. Like, you was literally just a kid. So why do you think a couple years is gonna change that? When most people live to be like 70, 80. You're still young, bro. You're not gonna know what you wanna do, and that's okay. Don't ever let nobody make you feel bad about not knowing what you wanna do yet. I knew I wanted to be a nurse by the time I was 10 because that's what I grew up with. And that's just what I was accustomed to. Like, my mom was an RN, my dad is an LPN, my aunt is an RN, brother's a pharmacist, my grandmother was CNA. Like, healthcare is in our family. So don't ever let nobody make it seem like, oh, you ain't got your stuff together? How sad. What does your mama think about it? I literally went to school 4 times, bro. I have to make a video all about it, but I went to school 4 different times before I succeeded to become an RN. Don't care about these people's opinions. Opinions pay the bills? Didn't think so. Because let me tell you something. People are going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. People will talk about you the moment you're born, and people will talk about you when you're in your grave. So what does it matter if people talk about you now? I don't be caring when people be talking about me. I once had people tell me like, Kiara, how do you not care? Like, cause I used to go to high school Baby, I was in high school. I started like in 2012, but I used to have like green hair in my hair. I have like all green. And then I was one of the first people in my high school to get a closure. People were asking me how was it. Like I was never scared, like, cause if I want to do something, I will do it. Don't hold grudges. You'll never know when you lose a special friend or a loved one, or even a partner. Like, every day is not promised, bro. Yes, God has woke you up and it's great, but you might not wake up tomorrow. Or you might just be driving to the store, finna get a carton of milk. But guess what? Michael down the street been drinking with his buddies for 8 hours, and he decided, no, I'm good enough to drive home, and he hits you. You'll never know when you die, bro. I tell my son all the time, like, listen, I love you. You know, I would love to be here for you for 60 years, but I don't know when I'm gonna pass. I just wanna let you know that I love you, and even if I'm gone, I will always be here for you, in spirit or physically. The night before my mama died, she was leaving for work. And I mean, that's something regular. She was always doing that. But I was finna say I love you, but something in me was like, no, don't say it because you'll see her tomorrow. She literally died like around 4 or 5 a.m. I never got to speak to her ever again. So if you have any grudges, try to squash them, bro. Because a lot of the times this grudge can be over small stuff, over petty stuff. Unless it's something big, try to squash it, bro, because you'll never know. You still love that person. Don't act like you don't. You still love them. If they were to die today, you would cry. You would boo-hoo cry. But if it's a really big grudge and for a very, very, very valid reason, yeah, then come back to that, you know. Go back over that later in your life. Have a skincare routine. Your skin will not look the same versus 14 years old and 18 years old. Your skin will not look the same at 19 years old and 29 years old. I'm telling you, my skin don't look the same when it was 21. Like around 24, 25, you really need to just have a good skincare. Whatever age you are, you should really be taking skincare now. Find somebody with the same type of skin you have and follow their skincare if it's good enough. Go on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, YouTube,
pimples,
because
black and white heads, enlarged pores, and early onset wrinkles.
And take a break from those lash extensions. And when you're not wearing strips or clusters or extensions, rub some castor oil on your eyelashes. I used to have thick, beautiful lashes in middle school, and I remember this guy was like, you're wearing mascara, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I just have really good eyelashes. It's just my genetics. But you would have never known now. But like I said that the other day around my son and my boyfriend, they just kind of like laughed, like, girl, you ain't got nothing. But that's my fault because I had a lack of care for my eyelashes. Quality over quantity of friends. You don't need 20 friends because 10 times out of 10, one of them will be a very bad friend. It's okay to go through situations where you have a backstabbing friend or you have a friend talking about you behind your back. I mean, we all go through that. If you have a good judgment and you listen to yourself the first time and don't give that person too many chances to mess up, then you have a good batch of friends. But if somebody shows you themselves once, you're like, oh, I'll give them the benefit of that, but twice, we don't do a third time. We take that second time and we run with it. I've had friends where I'm like, hey, you know, I'm going to nursing school. I got accepted and I'm so happy. Like, this has been my dream for like 10 years. Be like, oh, congratulations. Hate her much. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you not happy for me? All my family and my friends were happy for me. My granny cried when she found out. Why are you not happy for me? This is the same girl that was jealous of me when I was 21. Because at the time, these are her words, y'all. These are her words. She said, people like your type. They don't like my type. She said, I'm dark skinned, I'm big, I have 4 kids. She said, you're light skinned, which I'm really caramel, and I'm a beautiful caramel. At the time, I only have 1 kid, pretty in the face, and have a good body. But at the same time, I was like, girl, you're 24 and you have 4 kids. Can you just stop? You don't want to stop. Like, she was jealous over me. And you will have a jealous friend. But when you have that, oh baby, you gotta kick him to the curb. I had a friend that would just slick talk to me. Like, she'll be cool and she'll be like on my side, but then all of a sudden she'll like indirectly talk about me on social media. Like, girl, I know it was good. Like, what's going on? So I had to cut her off. She did that like the second time, babe. I had to cut her off. I don't know if you an enemy or a foe, and I ain't rocking with it. I'm not having that in my life. And last one, I was literally in a situation to where the relationship with the man I was with at the time was not, it just wasn't healthy. And my aunt had took notice and she was just like, you know what, Kiera, it's okay today. She was like, I didn't tell you to go crazy with it, but it's okay to see other people. Basically, she was telling me she didn't like the dude I was with. It turns out he was a bad guy. Like, he had to go, he was in and out of jail. He was in prison for a couple of years. I want to say like 4, and he got out like 2022, something like that. And we weren't even talking like that, and he, you know, contacted me, and I'm like, you was like my 1920s, like what are you doing contacting me? I remember I was going to nursing school. This is when I was doing like LPN prerequisite, so it's before I got to nursing school. He told me that he didn't want me to become a nurse because I would end up leaving him. So I had passed one class and failed the other. I went back to the prerequisites and I'm like, I really want to become a nurse. And so the class I ended up failing, I passed it, but the class ended up passing the time before I failed it. And it brought him happiness that I had failed. Because these men will either push you up or drag you down, and that's a fact. Men will say they're sweet nothings when they are in that infatuation stage, and after that their true colors show. But guys, this was just my take on some things that you just need to know in your 20s. If you have any more ideas for any topics I can do for videos, let me know. I'm very open to them. So please listen to the women that are older than you because they are not bitter. They are just trying to teach you what nobody has taught them or what they have been through. But until our next video, I hope you guys have a great one and subscribe.